Good morning. Welcome back to the kitchen. Miss Apron Strings here has got some good stuff in the making for today. First of all, I'm just thankful to be healthy and able to be in the kitchen and to have my dream kitchen to work in. I am blessed above measure. Sometimes you just need to stop and be thankful. And I woke up this morning thinking about all of the good things I've been blessed with, and a life of freedom and excellent, wonderful parents and wonderful people who have influenced my life, and I'm thankful for it. My apron says I've hit guac bottom. That means I need some guacamole. So I'm going to make a recipe that I've seen several places, and there's one lady in particular that makes it, and I can't pronounce her. It ends in mama, but I can't pronounce her site. But anyway, it's like guacamole, only it's without the avocado, so it stays green. And I've researched it online, and they say that this is the one that the Mexican street taco people use. And you use the Mexican squash, garlic, onion, and tomatillos. And you roast it in the oven for about 15 minutes under the broiler, and then you mix it all up in the blender. And if it's a little bit too dry, you add just a snitch of water, and then you want to add a little bit of avocado or grapeseed or some kind of oil that makes it creamy, but you don't add a whole bunch. So I'm using one pretty good sized Mexican squash, and I'm using 3 tomatillos cut in half and 2 large big cloves of garlic, and probably a half of a medium-sized onion. Okay, so I have my stuff on the cookie sheet to roast in the oven. I have my onion, garlic, my tomatillos, and this is the Mexican squash that I was talking about. And see what it looks like? It's the speckledy on the back. So I'm not going to make a huge batch, so I've just got one squash. And I think I put 3 tomatillos and 2 huge cloves of garlic and about a half of about a third of this big onion right here. I don't have exact measurements, so you need onion, garlic, tomatillos, and the Mexican squash. I'm going to put it into the oven on broil for about 15 minutes. Then I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got it roasted. See, I've got some dark on my onions and garlic and my tomatillos and my Mexican squash. So I'm going to go and get it in the blender. Blend it in the Vitamix, and then I'll see how much oil I have to add, and I'll give y'all a little bit of measurements. Okay, I've got all of my vegetables in my blender here, and I added about 2 tablespoons of water, because I'm not sure how this is going to, the tomatillos are real watery, so we'll see. And then I will add a little bit of the avocado oil to make it creamy. I added about a 1/4 to a half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to whiz it and see what happens. Okay, so y'all can hear me, I'm going to turn it off. I've got me 1 tablespoon of oil here, and I'm going to add it in, and then we're going to taste and see what's going on. Let me get a little spoon and see what we got. I think it needs a little bit of cilantro, and it'll be done. I didn't measure the cilantro, but I would say I put a tablespoon if it was minced. And I'm going to mix it in and then we'll taste again. Okay, here we go. Doesn't that look delicious? And it tastes good. The tomatillos are a little bit tangy, but it's very, very good. And to know that you could have it to go on your tacos and you don't have to worry about it turning dark or just to dip it, folks, that's a good recipe. That's a keeper. So y'all need to remember what goes in it. And I did not roast my jalapeno in the oven. I forgot. So I roasted it over the open flame. I put it on a big fork like you'd roast weenies on or something. And I held it over the open flame on my stove and roasted it. And then I seeded it because I didn't want it hot. Chopped it up with everything else in the blender. So I did add 1 jalapeno. And 1 tablespoon of the grapeseed oil, the avocado oil was perfect. So, after a taste test, I decided that I needed to add a little more ingredients to my salsa here. So I added another ½ teaspoon of salt, so just salt to taste. But I added about 3 tablespoons of this Mexican table crema. Oh my goodness, that kicked it up 10 notches. That's very good. So just so you know what I've done to it, and I've been running back and forth letting Troy taste of it, and it's good. And I also added about a ½ teaspoon of garlic granules. Roasted garlic is not as strong as garlic that hasn't been roasted, so I wanted a little more garlic flavor. So I had about a ½ teaspoon of garlic, granulated garlic to it. Y'all, this is good. Don't you wish you were here? Well, thank y'all for stopping in at the kitchen again today. Hope you enjoyed your glass of tea and your little sample of the green sauce and chips. It's pretty good stuff. I hope y'all make some. Again, this is something you can have for the holidays or on the day you decide to do tacos or just a good Mexican food meal. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Hope you're cooking something good for your family. And come back here tomorrow and I'll have something else good for you to eat. The good Lord bless you.